we're ready to go.
All right, we'll do that again. We're bringing the continuation of our meeting from, I don't know, our calendar's gone.
May 5th, was it, or 3rd?
Second. May 2nd.
Continuation of May 2nd's meeting is brought to order. For the purpose of discussing a potential employment offer to Matthew James Overbeck. I believe that Doug has interviewed him, met with him.
Yeah.
Thought he'd be a great fit for the township. And I guess I will make a motion to make an official offer to Matthew at the starting rate of $24 an hour. This would be for a full-time position with the Public Works Department.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And Terry, I understand you have a couple other things you want to discuss?
Yes, I
possibly?
have some standard business. I don't think it's anything controversial. And I would like to know if you would like to amend the agenda, just so that we have a little bit less on our plate on June 6th. The first item would be a request from Milford Township to have you authorize any available volunteer fire police to assist them on Tuesday, June 20th through Saturday, June 24th for their annual carnival with traffic control and parking. And also on Friday, I'm sorry, I have one more.
Well, I guess what we'll do is let's go through the couple things you want to possibly discuss.
Oh,
and then we'll-
okay,
and then
before you
I'll-
make the motion to, okay.
And we could make a motion.
Okay, so I have a request,
agenda,
a
just
request
whatever we want to
for-
talk about.
for available fire police to help Milford Township.
All right, there's one.
I have a stormwater tree preservation agreement for a Mr. Carl Kennedy. And I also have a stormwater conservation easement standard for Barton Breslow and Sandra Breslow. If you'd like to consider those two items, I can explain more about them. So it's up to you if you want to amend the agenda or not.
I guess, when were these applications brought in?
Well,
What's
the-
how long have they been? In?
okay, the zoning applications. The zoning applications were brought, it's been a process for Mr. Kennedy. He's replacing a mobile home with same size bedrooms, but it's a slightly bigger modular. And he's been going through a process that he needed assistance with. So his zoning, we just received his application for the signed easement last week. However, he's been working with Steve Balla, our engineer, and our zoning officer to try to replace his trailer for, I'll say, about a month now.
Okay.
And Mr. Breslow has also been, his is for an addition to a house. It's not a separate building, but it's in addition to the house. I have a plan here on 14 acres. So both of these agreements are to preserve trees, of course, trees that are healthy and not trees that are dead or dying, to protect for stormwater runoff for both of these particular applications.
Is there another one? Court order?
Well, I didn't know if you wanted to amend the agenda for that. I was going to ask about that separately in a moment.
What's the yeah?
Well, okay, the last one, and you had spoken to Mr. Harris previously. He's not here, but we could call him if you need him to be. As your agenda was only for personnel. But this was through the school district, and it's someone who appealed their taxes. The school district and the county have agreed to the taxing appeal, and Steve would just need your authorization to sign on the board's behalf. He did bring it to you before if you want to make a motion to amend.
Yeah, I do remember talking about this. So I guess I will make a motion to amend the agenda to include both the request from Milford Township for fire police, the deed conservation easement of the Kennedys, the deed conservation easement of the Breslows and, the Court of Common Pleas,
Order for Jessica
Let's see.
Smith and Scott Salazzo.
yep, of, the Salazzo.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, let's start with Milford Township. I'll make a motion to make the fire police available for the traffic control and parking directions of two events. One for the Milford Township Volunteer Fire Company's annual carnival to be held on Tuesday, June 20th through Saturday, June 24th. And also for the Milford Township Annual
Ag Days.
Ad Days.
Ag Days.
Oh, Ag Days event to be held on Saturday, September 9th from 10 to 4 p.m. Lunch and refreshments provided. This is of course assuming we have fire police availability.
Correct.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I guess we'll move on to discussing the Kennedys, these conservation easement. I guess, Tara, if you have any more information related to it?
It's as I said, it's a longtime resident. He's replacing his mobile home with a modular. The number of bedrooms is the same. He's gone through everything he needs with the health department. But he did need some stormwater because it's a small lot. And part of this, our stormwater ordinance allows a conservation protection of healthy trees to solve his issue.
To fulfill the, I guess,
So-
ordinance section 303C to be exact. Best managed practice of woodland protection. Yep, and this has been reviewed by engineering.
By our engineer, and it was written up by our engineer and our attorney.
I'll make a motion to approve the deeds of conservation easement. Do I have a second?
For
discussion?
Kennedy,
For Kennedy.
I'll second.
All right, discussion? No? All in favor? Aye. The deed conservation easement for Breslow. Similar situation?
Similar situation, although it's 14 acres, but it's an addition to an existing home. Even though it's 14 acres, the size that's being added onto the home required a stormwater agreement. So the situation in the conservation of the trees is the same. The project's a little different, and he's also been working with our engineer, zoning officer, and our solicitor. Our solicitor actually wrote the deed of conservation.
So they need this because even though they have 14 acres, they'll be over their impervious
Oh, no,
allotment?
he's not going to be over his impervious.
Okay.
So otherwise he would need a variance.
Mm-hmm.
But this is because of the additional stormwater on the 14 acres, the protection of the trees stops runoff.
I guess it guarantees the protection. Specifically, it sounds like 8,731 square feet of trees is what the amount of tree protection, I guess, for whatever size.
So they're
Would
allowed,
you like to see? Yes. Would
they're
you like?
allowed to do the addition,
Yes,
but in doing the addition, they just have to represent that they won't take any trees down.
right. Would you- If you, and
Because
if
of
the
the storm.
board would like to see the plan that he submitted, I'm happy to bring it up.
Okay. They have a very small version of it in the back here, but that's small. I will make the motion to approve the deed conservation easement for the Breslows. Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. And then finally, the Court of Common Pleas, the appeal of Jessica Smith and Scott Salazzo,
Yes.
which I guess for our purposes is the potential overpayment of $92.23 for taxes of the tax year 2023.
So your motion, if the county's already approved this, and so has the school district. And as you can see, it's an order from the court. Mr. Harris had asked you about this previously, and I don't believe that it was enough for you to want to disagree with. However, you still can. And all you will be doing here is authorizing Steve Harris to sign on your behalf.
Yep, and this is decreasing
The
the property
assessment.
from 87,400 to 76,550, which decreases our tax by $92.23. I'll make a motion to approve the appeal.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
What else you got?
Everything else for June 6th. Thank you very much for helping with some housekeeping items.
Public comment, John? Nope. All right. Make a motion to end the meeting.
Adjourn.
Adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.